Today I'm at Pandanus Beach at Wynnum, but this is actually not a beach. Sure, this is beautiful white sand and that's seawater over there, land over there, but it's not a beach. Yesterday, Jade, Buddy and I went to Cuchimudlo Island for the first time. It's a part of Brisbane, but it's a 10-minute ferry ride from the mainland. It was Buddy's first time on a ferry and he did really well. We walked along Norfolk Beach, but Norfolk Beach is not a beach. Before I explain myself, I need to let you know that this video is actually part of the Twisted Vision Summer 2024 challenge. If you haven't heard of that and you don't know what it's about, I'm going to play the introduction to the whole challenge so that you know what this is all about, because I need to actually put it in the video. It's a requirement. So I'll play that for you, and then I'll be back to explain what I'm talking about with the beaches.
T-Rox here. Let me introduce you to Twisted Visions Summer 2024. It's a little YouTuber challenge with a bunch of Brisbane Ubers in it. There's Cam from Cam Carter's Adventures. There's Rebecca from Love, Life and Travel. There's Rob from Walkabout with Rob. There's myself.
T-Rox here. Hang on. Is that my taxi?
And Adam from the Brisbane Channel. And we've got one topic and we've got 10 days to make a 10-minute video on that one topic. Test our creative interpretation to see what we come up with. I think we need to get into it. I better go.
All right, there you go. Now, I've actually made it hard for myself. It was a 10-day challenge, but I did think about it over those 10 days, but I've actually given myself 3 days to actually shoot, edit, and upload the video. So, yeah, I'm actually in the middle of putting it together now, so let's keep going with it. Yeah. Working with the theme of one thing people get wrong about Brisbane, the first thing that popped into my mind was how a lot of people say that Brisbane has no beaches, that if you want to go to the beach and you live in Brisbane, you've got to drive for over an hour to get to the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast to actually enjoy the beach. On the most popular video on this channel, I talk about the pros and cons of Brisbane, and some of the comments also talked about the fact that Brisbane had no beach.
The real con to me moving to Brisbane is that there is no beach close to the city.
No beach. No beach.
No beach for you.
That didn't seem right to me, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I had a look on Google Maps. Looking on Google Maps, I saw that there were actually some pretty long areas of what looked like sandy beach. And when I talk about beaches, we're not including artificial beaches like Streets Beach at Southbank, which is great, but yeah, come on, it's not really a beach. Up Redcliffe Way, there's definitely some white sandy beaches, according to Google Maps. Unfortunately, I didn't have time during this challenge to actually make my way up there because I'm based on the south side, so I looked for some beaches that were located much closer to where I live. Pandanus Beach at Wynnum, it was pretty, and there was definitely sand, and I would call it a beach, but according to these people that say you have to go to the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast, it's not a beach. Well, yeah, I'm kind of questioning that. And Norfolk Beach on Cuchimudlo Island was definitely a beach. I mean, there were even waves. They were small, but there were waves. So let's get to why people might be saying that Brisbane actually has no decent beaches. I think a large part of the reason is because the mainland coastal area is in Moreton Bay. So the large ocean waves are actually blocked by Moreton and North Stradbroke Island. So Brisbane beaches don't have waves large enough to surf on. Also, a large part of Brisbane's coastline is made up of mud flats and mangroves. Another thing is that the quality of the beach can actually vary greatly depending on whether it's high or low tide. What I discovered when I went to Wynnum was that as the water recedes, the area of sand changes to muddy, rocky ground. And so if you go at high tide, it's quite nice and all you see is sand, all you feel is sand. But if you go at low tide, then it's certainly not a desirable place to hang out. So when people say Brisbane has no beaches, I would say they're wrong. Sure, we don't have the greatest selection of beaches, and we don't have any really nice beaches that are really close to the CBD of Brisbane, but there are beaches that you can go to that you can enjoy, and provided you go at the right time, they can be quite beautiful as well. So that's my take on the topic. If you want to see the other videos that have been posted on the topic, then you can click on the hashtag in this video's description. So first hit subscribe so you don't miss anything new about Brisbane on this channel, and maybe go and check out some of the other videos, because I'm actually really curious to see what they've come up with, and it could be some really good stuff. So I'll see you there.